It's unhealthy to be a hating disguise, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But God works in mysterious ways, and I say that respectfully. I don't worship the devil. I'm only moving according to the good God's time, and I say that respectfully. You know, when you become your own worst enemy, you put yourself in situations where the evil dollar will allow you to feel like it's the norm to disrupt the mindset of an innocent person. When you're privileged and you don't have self-control, the enemy will allow you to believe to kick your neighbor down to destroy the mindset of an innocent person because you don't have the proper self-control or self-awareness within yourself to have self-respect for yourself. And it's so unhealthy because the good God sees you, and the good God is not for sale. It's the thought process for me. You know, we're all not the same, and I say that respectfully. You know, innocent people don't have to kick their neighbor down to become their own worst enemy because of the fact that, wow, I knew poverty and pain. I knew at the end of the day that one day I will become my best self vision of myself. And actually, if I meant to go within to do the proper healing, if I had the proper guidance to allow me to see that I am worthy. Yeah, I may have had abandonment issues. I may have had trust issues. I may have had a mother and father that didn't know how to respect me, let alone to show up for me, you know, to guide me the right direction. But one day, someone would come into my life to show me I am worthy. Not am I only just worthy, but I am worthy of life itself. I am worthy to come out that trauma and pain mindset because I don't want to become my worst enemy. You know, everybody doesn't want to be their worst enemy. And I say that respectfully to allow them to feel like, hey, it's the norm to kick someone down because of the fact that I don't have self-control. It's so unhealthy. And I say that respectfully because, you know, the good God sees everything. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, but it's a thought process to me. And when you become your own worst enemy, you become a prisoner. And when you become a prisoner, you don't understand the awareness to mentally go within when it comes to self-respect and self-awareness that, hey, you are worthy. You overlook the fact that you can choose yourself to outcome that mindset of being a prisoner. And I say that respectfully. When the enemy watches you, watch you destroy yourself. When the enemy watches you, watch you kick your neighbor down. And that's not how God installed us to be. And I say that respectfully. God installed us to respect our neighbors, to uplift our neighbors, not to discourage our neighbor. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me. All money isn't good money. Someone gives you $1 to psych somebody up their thought process at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, that was never the norm. Or to allow someone to feel discouraged or allow someone to feel like they need to give up because of an evil dollar at the end of the day. That's not how God created us. And I say that respectfully. It's a thought process to me how people project this mindset of, okay, well, I had abandonment issues. I didn't have that proper nurture and care in my life when someone showed up for me to respect me, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. So I'm going to go into this cold world and disrupt the mindset of innocent people. It's not the norm. It's so unhealthy. And I say that respectfully. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, but the good God sees everything. And I say that respectfully. Leave innocent people alone because you don't have self-control to respect your neighbor. You know, because someone understood poverty and pain, someone understood the mindset of being their own prisoner, of not having the proper self-control for themselves, or being in the mindset of not having confidence to come out their comfort zone. They said, you know what? I want better for me. I want change. I want growth. I didn't have to kick someone down. I didn't have to discourage someone. I didn't have to play victim. I understood accountability. I understood how to respect myself, to understand and mentally go within, to heal the wounds that was in store within me. I knew it wasn't going to be an overnight process, but I knew that God was showing me that I am worthy of my soul, to self-reflect, to look in the mirror, to see who I am, and I ain't got to wear a mask. That energy hits different. You know, when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it will never be an overnight process. But I'm going to say something to you respectfully. Regardless if you had abandonment issues, or you didn't have your mother and your father in your life, you didn't have that guardian in your life that show you self-control or let you see what self-respect looks like up close in person. At the end of the day, everybody's not the same when they show up for themselves. That does not mean discourage your neighbor. That does not mean kick someone down because you don't have the self-reflect within yourself to see who you truly are. That doesn't make any sense. Because someone understood accountability. Someone understood to stay in their own lane. And at the end of the day, you try to discourage them because they have self-control for themselves, to respect their neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. So you put yourself in competition with somebody. You put yourself in a mindset of destroying someone's character because of the fact that you have lack of self-control within yourself. You know, the good God sees everything, because when the good God is building someone up to become their best self vision of themselves, and they ain't got to wear a mask, and they understood what it felt like not to have. They understood what it felt like to be homeless and they had to lie to nobody. They understood what it felt like to, you know what, be in a situation where their back was against the wall. They didn't know which direction to go when it came to, is there going to be food provided for me and my family today? They didn't know which way the direction to go. But you know what? They did not get discouraged. They didn't allow themselves to, you know, be put in a mindset, you know what? I'm going to kick my neighbor down because I'm going through a situation. I'm going to tell my neighbor to give him a living fear. I'm going to have malicious intentions towards my neighbor because of the fact that nobody cares. You know, everybody's not the same. Everybody is not the same. They're not. And it's so unhealthy to know that we live in a society today that individuals become their own worst enemy, and they're out here disrupting the mindset of an innocent person. When someone understood trauma and pain, abandonment issues, abuse, you put a name to your book, being sexually assaulted as a child, dealing with discrimination, dealing with hate crime, violence, sickness, you put a name to your book. It went from your childhood into your adulthood. You know, everybody doesn't show up the same when it comes to discouraging someone in that most unhealthiest way. You lying on somebody, projecting that someone doesn't see their worth. It's a thought process to me. You know, it's called self-respect, neighbor. You know, when you do stuff at the end of the day, people forget. We live in a spiritual world. And the good God sees everything. So you thinking at the end of the day that God did not see what you was doing when God was uplifting that child of God, that chosen one, into that mindset as the, you know what? I got your back and you are worthy. I'm going to show you that better than I could tell you. Because God works in mysterious ways. It's the thought process to me. Because we are all not the same. You know, trying to discourage someone because the enemy allows you to feel to become your own worst enemy. Because you don't have self-control for yourself. It's so unhealthy. Someone sees their potential within themselves. They allow their dreams to become their reality. You try to put yourself in competition with somebody only to realize you is truly the problem. And it's so sad and disturbing to see when someone speaks up upon themselves in the most healthiest way. They're getting the finger pointed at them as if they're doing something wrong, like they're crazy. Something is wrong with them, mentally unstable. But you know what happens? You know, the good God saw what that person was doing when that person has a heart, and how they was being manipulated, being discouraged, and how a person thought it was the norm to try to kick someone down. Because God sees everything, and especially when you don't have to worship the devil. Just because someone is going through a temporary situation, when it comes to life at the end of the day, we are all not the same. Everybody doesn't worship the devil, and all money isn't good money. And I say that respectfully. It's the thought process, me. Protect your energy. God is not for sale. Be careful and be mindful of a distraction, of an unhealthy distraction to distract you from becoming your best self vision of yourself, because someone doesn't have self-control, or someone wants to manipulate you and allow you to believe that you're not worthy of yourself, and God is not favoring you, and God does not want to pour into you, because God wants you to see that your blessings can become your reality when you understand your faith. Do not get discouraged because of the enemy, and I say that respectfully. It's the thought process to me. Naya, genuine love, respect. I truly appreciate time to the genuine ones only. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. It's the thought process to me. Protect your energy. That's how real it is. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. You matter, you are worthy. Never allow someone to discourage you because you see your worth. You matter. Don't give up. Don't give up on you because they overlooked you and gave up on you. Regardless of who it was. That relationship didn't work out. Your moms and your pops didn't know how to love you. Do not get discouraged when they try to kick you out and judge a book by its cover. It's a thought process to me. Naya, genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my content. I say that respectfully. Have a good day. I gotta go.